Hi everyone. Wow, it's amazing to see such an event today. Really, thank you very much, Gili, for doing this. It's been a while since we've seen an event like this in Tel Aviv. We are here to share with you some perspectives from the government. I'll introduce myself. We'll introduce ourselves quickly at the beginning, and then we'll have a short conversation. My name is Yaron Schroter. I'm managing the Europe department at the Ministry of Economy right here in Israel. I'm managing 60 people who are spread over 10 economic offices in Europe, starting from the UK to Russia, from Sweden to Turkey. And we're here essentially, we've become very well trained at serving Israeli startups, and about 90% of what we're doing is actually matchmaking for Israeli companies, and we became quite good at it. I can say that coming from the government, we are very pro-business. We became very good at business development for the Israeli startups. We're building platforms that enable us to do this. I'll mention a few of them a bit later, but I can say that in 2 weeks, for example, we have a sport tech event in Munich. We're gearing up for an event in London. We're to an event in Paris called Vivatech that some of you may know. So basically, we're using all these platforms to help Israeli companies meet the large companies of Europe, not only the large companies. We were speaking about Germany. Of course, the Mittelstand is a big target for us. I'll say perhaps a bit more later, but I'll pass the mic to our guest, and starting with Marcus.
שלום, בוקר טוב לכולם. אז רק כמה מילים בעברית. אני שולח מלשכת המסחר באוסטריה פה בארץ, ואני, כמו כבר אמרו, אני שידך חברות אוסטריות פה בארץ ו-vice versa. So now in English, because that's where my Hebrew stops, more or less. Is it now with the presentation or without?
Well, it depends if we have the presentation on.
Depends if the 2 minutes count now or not. Because I want to be correct. 3 slides, 2 minutes. So let me,
Marcus, it's here.
Let me go to the second slide and tell you that Austria is in the middle. That's how we do it. Okay. Austria in the middle, in the heart of Europe, same size as Israel, with the R&D quota that is beyond the European average. We have about the same population, a GDP of $56,000, which is really good. And I think I was told to convince you to come to Austria, you startups. Now, the best thing to convince you is to talk to those peers who've already done it, who've made it. And here you will see just a few examples of Israeli startups that have ventured into Austria and very successfully so. So one of them is Mada Tech, Mada Analytics in the electric field, Nutec in healthcare, vertical field in agriculture, UBQ in recycling and new materials, Keepers in telecommunication, and X-Type in IT. So I think there is something for everyone. But now let's talk tacheles, let's talk money. Here are just 3 examples, and I invite you to stop by the booth of my colleague Mela, who is taking care of the Vienna booth, funding in Austria. So here are 3. If you just take one photo, this is the one you want to take, because you get up to 300,000 euros if you make a subsidiary in Austria, in Vienna, and 50% of that you get upfront. So that gives you quite a leg of financing to venture on to other countries, Germany, Switzerland, and even if you're in Austria, in Vienna, you can avail of another 50,000 for internationalization, and you can avail of all our services as the foreign trade organization Advantage Austria. And with that, I think I'm done with the 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Markus. Rolf, over to you.
So thank you very much, and I only know one word in Hebrew, it's Sababa. So my name is Rolf Bühler, and I'm working for Greater Zurich area. We are the official economic promotion agency for most probably the whole part of the Swiss German-speaking part and all of the Italian-speaking part. We are organized as a public-private partnership, which gives you a great advantage. So that means we're fully financed by 2/3 of public money, the cantons, and 1/3 of private companies. And this is one of the biggest advantage we have. So these are banks, these are insurance companies, these are tech companies, there are some legal law firms and recruiter firms, and on the academic side, the third part, it's ETH Zurich, that's somehow the Technion of Switzerland, University of Zurich, University Hospital, and some other research institutes. What we are doing focused tech scouting, so we really want to see good companies cooperating with good companies in Switzerland and good institutions in Switzerland. That's what we do. And of course, you can text us for any inquiry you would like to have, and we're happy to help you. We're very small, 25 people. We have offices in the US, in New York, in the Bay Area, in China, and of course, I'm so happy to fly regularly into Israel, as I did yesterday. So that's my short presentation.
Wonderful, Rolf. Neil?
Hi, and do we get presentation?
I'm sorry.
Hi everyone, I'm Neil. I'm working for the Israel-Europe Research and Innovation Directorate within the International Division at the Israel Innovation Authority. And I'm here to tell you about the EAC Accelerator program, which I'm managing. And it's a part of Horizon Europe. It's one of the many, many programs and sub-programs of Horizon Europe. So Horizon Europe has been the European Commission's main public funding instrument for R&I ever since the 80s. And how do I go?
The green one.
The green, yeah. Okay. And Israel has been a member in those framework programs ever since 96. And our main job is to help you Israeli startups get funding and make the best out of the European program. The current program is Horizon Europe. It began in 2021 and will end in 2027. And with a budget of almost 100 billion euros, it's the biggest of its kind and the biggest ever. And I'm here to speak about one of the sub-programs, the one that I'm managing, the EAC. And the EAC reason to be is that according to Ursula von der Leyen, the president of the European Commission, Europeans are very good at making science out of money, but not that good at making money out of science, and that has to be changed. And this is the reason for the EAC. And the EAC offers you, Israeli startups, and also scale-ups, funding that is blended. It has a component which is a grant of up to 2.5 million euros for you to get your innovation from TRL 5, TRL 6 to the market, and then additional 15 million euros to grow up, to scale up, to deploy. And do I still have time, or should I?
30 seconds.
30 seconds, okay. And they're looking for very high risk, very high impact innovations. You must be rooted in deep tech, so they're not looking for anything that is incremental. And you should aspire to create new markets or disrupt existing markets, and also have a very, as I mentioned, a very great risk in order for you to come to ask for public funding. So you have to have a great challenge of recruiting private funding on your own. And another program, a sister program, is the EAC Pathfinder, which is aiming at earlier development stages. So if you're still not in a proof of concept stage and you want to take your idea or your experiment to a proof of concept, then this is for you. And here you have challenge-driven calls. And I think I'll stop here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Neil. As I said, I'm working on Europe. My career is all about Europe. I've served in Europe. The DACH region specifically is crucial for us right now. I said that most of what we're doing is pro-business. We're matchmaking startups to European companies, but we also work, of course, on the governmental side. And I cannot not mention that we're extremely grateful for the support we get in these times from all the countries here on the panel. Notably Germany, with a few visits. We took care of the visit of the Vice Chancellor Habeck, who was here with an economic delegation about, I think, a month ago. And we're planning, as a follow-up to this visit, to hold an event in Berlin sometimes in the next coming weeks or months, together with other events which will serve, again, as platforms to help startups, to help you meet German counterparts, whether in the large companies or Mittelstand. But it is, I would like to ask the panelists again to come back and say how can we push, how can we help Israeli companies to go for Europe, to push them and to encourage them to go to Europe. What do you think, Marcus?
Well, thanks. As you mentioned, Austria is also a very close partner to Israel, not only politically but also economically. And we're trying our best to continue, of course, business as usual. This being said, instead of bringing more Austrians to Israel, right now we try to reverse the deal flow, so to say, and bring more Israelis to Austria. In April, we've got a delegation in green tech. In June, we've got a startup delegation to the Vienna Up. So we have around 10-15 places that can be funded. And I strongly invite you to have a look at viennaup.com and talk to my colleague Mela here from the Vienna booth, who will tell you about the program. And it's a European startup investor festival. With many different tracks. The main focus is deep tech, but that being said, Vienna is known as the city with the highest living quality in international rankings worldwide. And so everything that's connecting to the quality of living, meaning clean air, clean environment, is also very important. Vienna is also a financial hub. So all of those topics, by the way, you will also have noticed there's a funding for green tech from the Vienna Business Agency. It's also very interesting. And if you're in those fields, please do come forward. You will also get a mentor if you sign up for the longer program that takes you and connects you to the investors and to the business partners. And that being said, I think we're there for you. There meaning in Neve Tzedek, not in Austria. Our office is here, so you can approach us at any time, and we'll be happy to connect you to Austrian companies.
I can say that we definitely note that we see more Israeli startups and more VC people in Europe more than ever at this time. I don't know if you share the same feeling, but we definitely see that. Of course, also coming up from not being able to hold all the events that we were planning to do in Tel Aviv in recent months. I hope that will quickly change again. How do you see this from your point of view from Zurich, Wolf?
So this is already a great opportunity to be here now at Europe Days, and these initiatives are so important for us. So in Switzerland we have a huge Israeli diaspora, so we have quite a lot of Israeli already here. And We have also a rising number of interested tech companies that would like to see the ecosystems, how we do it. So maybe there is a big difference between some other countries. In Switzerland, you won't get money up front. So, but we try to help you how to get VCs, how to get funded by some other programs. But we as a company or the state, they don't give you money. But they provide you with low taxes, because once you're very successful, you will make 10 times more with these systems. It's not a better system, it's just a different system. But to start with, and this is the challenging thing, that's why they created us. So we try to show you the ways how to get funding, how to cooperate with our research institutes. And saying that, we have 6 great ecosystems that we define. One is autonomous systems, one is health tech, and we are also, like Vienna, hosting a health tech delegation in cooperation with Israeli Innovation Authority and the Israeli Export Institute in April. We will provide them pitching opportunities with hospitals, with pharma companies, and with some service providers within the health tech ecosystems. And then, of course, we show them the way to Switzerland. It's not moving them away from Israel to Switzerland, it's an expansion step. And then we try to give them testimonials, such as Marcus did, and this is learn from the companies who already did that. So this is what we do.
Thank you. Niri, you want to say something? How does working on Europe from the point of view of the Innovation Authority?
Yeah, sure. So we help, so not just the Innovation Authority, but specifically maybe the European Commission's program, the Horizon Europe program. We help applicants, potential applicants, which can be anyone. So it can be startup, it can be universities, it can be research institutions, even NGOs. Everyone gets a chance to compete for funding. So we help you find the best program and the best call for proposal that will fit your agenda and your capabilities. And so this is the first service, like getting around the maze of the European program and finding your fit call. And we also help with feedback on proposals. So the Israeli Innovation Authority's evaluators, professional evaluators, can help you, give you feedback on your proposal and how to make it in the best version to allow it to get selected for funding. And this is free service. We also give you money back. So if you, in some conditions, we can give you reimbursement for expenses made on the submission, such as contracting with a consultancy company, because we know it's pretty hard to apply and it takes a lot of resources, and many of you need the help of professionals. So we also do that. So it can, it starts with 30,000 shekels and it can get up to 75% of 90,000 shekels, depends on the program and if you apply alone or if you apply as a consortium. And we're here for anything you need. You can contact us, and you're more than invited to join us, to join Shelley, who sits at the back. Shelley, raise your hand. So we will have later on like a round table where Shelley can tell you in Hebrew everything you need to know on how to apply and how to get selected for funding.
Great. Thanks, Neil. I think we have time for 1 or 2 questions, if anyone. If not, we can also find us later on, right? Yes.
Quick question for EIC. Can you share a few words about success KPIs or success performance for startups in Israel with the program? Because the program is great, sounds great, but it seems from the wording out there it's almost a mission impossible.
So you're referring to the success rate of applying and getting selected for funding, yes. Or okay. So the success rate is, so first of all, it's very extremely highly super ultra competitive. So you really need to work very hard, and the success rates are around 5% today. And Israel is doing pretty well. comparing to other countries. And if we'll compare numbers per capita, so it is doing very, very well. But we can take another view and say that there are a lot of startups in Israel, so maybe it balances the numbers. But I can tell you that almost every cutoff we have Israeli winners, and that it would not be a right strategy to put all your eggs in that basket. So you should probably also apply for funding in the Innovation Authority, where 1 out of 2, maybe it will go down, but 1 out of 2 gets selected for funding. And you can do it as another potential route to find funding. And it's better, 5% is better than most of VCs in Israel,
Right.
which are around 1% or less.
I think we need to finish. You wanted to say a quick word?
I just wanted to say that there are also bilateral calls, which we also had recently with the Israel Innovation Authority and the Austrian FFG. And also there is funding. But the good thing is if you write your proposal, you write it once and you can submit it a couple of times. So
Also true.
Thanks. Thank you, guys. You can find us outside and in the meeting later on.